Oh man, there's so much love on this carpet. There's so much excitement. I mean, it's been a long time coming, quite a long time coming, but I think everyone here is just glad, honored, grateful, excited for the world to see this project that we made a couple years ago with lots of energy and excitement and joy and passion and creativity, really wanting to ground the MCU in an unexplored part of our very real world, which is Chicago. So I think all of that energy has followed us here to the carpet tonight, and we're all just ready to let it go. Oh man, Riri is showing her heart whether she wants to or not. I think the unexpected but necessary trip back to her hometown, Chicago, is kind of forcing her to reflect on the circumstances not just of Wakanda Forever, but also of her life to this point. It's a tall order for this 19-year-old girl to go back home and have to kind of unpack everything that's happened to her so that she can move forward. Because despite her best efforts to ignore the things that have happened in the past, they just keep seeming to find her. So yeah, she's got to look back in order to move forward. You know, even though we're here on the carpet, I'm not sure that I can talk about all the upgrades just yet. But it is absolutely an improvement. Riri definitely learned a thing or two in Wakanda, and she's putting her own hometown spin on it as well.
It feels good. It feels good to be in LA celebrating this and seeing the cast. I haven't seen the cast in three. We shot this 3 years ago, so I haven't seen them in so long. And apart from Dominique, and it's just nice. It's nice to feel the energy from the cast. It's nice to see the excitement around the show too. And I'm just excited for this to come out. Yeah, I'm pumped. Yeah, I mean his relationship with Riri, right? He finds a kindred spirit in Riri. He finds this person that's like almost like his equal. I think that's why he's so intrigued by her. That's why he's so fascinated with her, and wants to get to know her and he feels like he might have a real teammate in what he wants to do and what Parker's very much focused on what he wants to do and how and he just wants to put the pieces together to make that happen. But at the end of the day, it's about what he wants to do. He ain't really thinking about his team, but I think she presents a great opportunity for him, and and I think that those similarities are what connect them, but they're also what make them clash. I mean, Chicago's a big player in the show, and you get to know her a lot more in the show, right? We get to know her family. We get to see what Chicago is like. We get to see what her home life is like. And we get to know these new characters, right? The hood being included, and all the characters that we meet, in this new world of Ironheart and in Chicago, and we get a deeper look into Ironheart's world, and how she connects to the rest of the MCU.
Oh man, it's electrifying out here. Like I'm super excited to see the gang back together again. All of my good people that were a part of this project. It's a really good feeling. Natalie Washington is kind of that best friend and that road dog for Riri Williams, and that friend that Riri has always needed in her life. Whether she believes it or not, she's always there for her, and it's far past what she's looking for when it comes to technical things. Um, she's there to be her foundation and her support system. Oh man, she breaks down in a couple of different ways. Everybody makes mistakes and wrong decisions in different times in their lives, and you get to see how she navigates through that and faces certain things that she's been running away from.
It's really cool. It's what's nice is like, and I didn't even expect this or anticipate this, is seeing all these people who seem like fans, like a bunch of people who just really are Marvel diehard. I mean, when I've done things like this or Star Wars or something, like the most satisfying part of it is seeing people who are really diehard fans get to enjoy this, especially kids. Like if I'm 12 and I'm here and I get to dress up like and come to this thing, I'm never going to forget that the rest of my life. So that's where it feels really gratifying and meaningful. Well, I think this is a really interesting, fun, complicated portrait of like a very of a really deep and multifaceted character in Riri. Oh, it's really exciting and really, I loved it's something that's been floating around for a long time, and I think what was gratifying with this is that it's like a character that's really rich, and there's a lot to do with this character. It's not just like sort of in a mask and whatever. It's very fun, and there's a lot of different kinds of scenes and stuff to do.
My relationship with Riri is so awesome because I basically recruit her in a lot of ways, and I have to bring her into the family. But then it's like, stuff starts happening as it always does. There's a lot of push and pull between us, but it makes for a really good dynamic between our characters, and I can't wait for the world to see it. My initial reaction was like, thank God. I mean, I've been comic books since I was a kid, X-Men, everything was my favorite growing up, so to be on something is amazing, and to finally be able to see it, and my son's with me today, so like he gets to experience all this and see his dad or on a show that has superheroes, so I'm excited for it.
When she comes home, here's an opportunity for Ronnie to rebuild a relationship with her, because she still has the guard up, right? She's still focused on her passion project and by any means necessary to get it done. But of course, things happen that I can't say. And, it's her mom really just trying to like get in there, like get to what's going on, because she's leaving her in the dark, and it's like, honey, you don't have to go through this alone, right? And I'm afraid to say too much of anything right now. I don't want to give it away, but we're just exploring that journey of trust and trusting in the community that you have. I mean, we get to see, who she is, where she comes from, and the people that she cares about. So I think that's what fans are going to get to see in this one.
To be honest with you, it's kind of unbelievable. I'm just extremely grateful. I'm pretty sure everybody on this carpet is. We were able to build a world that I think is going to inspire generations moving forward. This is something new, an interesting spin on a story around, technology and a genius that we're familiar with. But I think this spin is going to open it up in a way that the world really needs, especially right now. So we're just excited to tell that story and be a part of that piece of history. Well, we're going to learn a lot. I think she's going to introduce us to a different part of something that we've been introduced to. I'm very interested to really see how it unfolds myself. As her stepfather. We're going to see that piece of her history that allows us to go back into the origin of her imagination, the origin of her genius. She's a prodigy that I think the world needs to see right now, especially as a young black woman. And I'm grateful that my character is one that plants the seed, that she continues to ride on.
Oh, well, this is magnificent, and the energy is beautiful. To be a part of a Marvel show that's led by black women, you have Chakana Hodge and Sam Bailey and Angela Barnes and Dominique Thorne, and it just feels like a moment to celebrate black womanhood. And if I was a young girl, I would probably want to be like Riri Williams. And I have my daughters here with me, and they're inspired. So it's a beautiful night.
No, a lot of time and love and effort came through from the cast and the crew. So it's like really been phenomenal. One is just see all the promotion for it. I was in Times Square where I live in New York, and I saw the billboard for it. I saw one here in LA, and so like coming together and like the day before the world is gonna see it is like just a really exciting moment. I'm just so excited for people to see like all the love and craft and care that went into it, and yeah, so I'm excited to be here to celebrate it. Yeah. So my character is Clown. She's the pyrotechnics specialist. So if you need anything blown up, you need anything burnt down, arson, she's your girl. Prior to meeting the Hood, she was a chemist. And so they met her at a time when she was going through something with a jilted lover. And so once she joined the crew, you see like there's a transformation. Like she goes from being very normie, a bob, just curly hair, to like just the costume, the grills, her like outfits, like the fashion for her, everybody really. But the fashion for Clown was so specific and so thought through. So like, yeah, it was really phenomenal. Yeah, no, I think that people will just be, there's like a lot of heart. Like Riri has so many layers, and Dominique Thorne, period, she just brought so much to it. Like every day on set, she had so much grace, so much presence. She was always prepared. She'd obviously shot Wakanda, the second Wakanda, so she was already like, hadn't been embodying the character. And so it was just like so soothing as someone who was in scenes with her to already see her having it set, that it kind of like inspire you to step it up and also like be like ready to be part of this like world and see Ironheart.
My energy right now is chaotic, to be perfectly honest. This is my first red carpet. And I just really feel humbled. I'm like, this whole thing has been such a dream come true, and I just feel really grateful that I get to be a part of this. Dominique is an incredible force in nature, and just to be able to be in her orbit and watch her shine like this is incredible. Yeah, so I play Slug, and I'm the hacker extraordinaire. So, I'm the one breaking code, shutting down systems, and I also drive a mean getaway car and a mean getaway speedboat. Okay. I think what we really see from Riri is, I feel like anybody who has not come from a lot of privilege and access, we know what it's like to have to like hustle and like scrape by to get what you need. And she has to reckon with the fact that trying to get what she needs to do good can also come with like causing some harm. So how do you go about trying to be good and making sure that you stay that way the whole time?
No, it's been 3 years. So just for all of this to resurrect again and to see people that I genuinely love and enjoyed spending time with and creating this magical show is just palpitating.
I was so stoked. I mean, I was like, I better hit the gym because I'm going to be fighting people. But yeah, I was just like beside myself, excited. It's a dream. Like, there's photos of me when I'm 4 years old dressed up as Spider-Man, so I'm just like, it's literally a dream come true. That was the best bit for me. Like, it feels like sport and acting had a baby that is stunt fighting. And so I was just like so stoked to come to work every day. I mean, they worked us hard, man, but it was epic. It was just like getting to fight safely with beautiful people and make something look sick. It's just an honor to be in service of that story. I mean, Dom is so extraordinary and formidable and like just this force. And so to be a part of her journey in the MCU is just like a gift.
I want to go play on this whole carpet. There's the Hood's outfit. There's a car. It's just like, because we gave a lot of Chicago energy. So I feel like the carpet is really vibing with that location. And since it's such a central and important part of the story, which I can't say too much about, I just want to go play after we talk, of course. Oh my goodness, it's been a dream of mine to be in the MCU. I have always loved superheroes. I was in Comic-Con's Hall H my whole life, watching everything Legendary Pictures, everything Marvel, everything DC. So when I got the role, I definitely cried. I cried on set. And the team, the crew, the cast, everybody on this show is just so wonderful. They've been so wonderful to work with. So I'm really, really happy and really grateful.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's really interesting because we were working on it for a while, but I feel like it's getting released at the perfect time. You know, with all the conversations that's going on around AI and technological ethics. You know, mental health. You know, all these discussions. It's just perfect timing. Such a great question, and Wakanda Forever, we were looking for a character that could be a foil to Shuri and could also represent the promise of what T'Challa and Killmonger were fighting over, like a type of person that didn't live inside of Wakanda, but they needed to be protected. So that's what that first film was about, and our first time working with Dominique as Riri, and then with this one, you know, we wanted to get the opportunity to flesh out her world, to see her in Chicago and introduce the city of Chicago to the MCU for the first time in earnest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I knew nothing from Chicago. I grew up in New York, then moved to L.A. And Chicago is like a city I've only visited, but making this show, I really got to learn about its culture, learn about its like massive art scene, music scene, sneaker scene, and it's a big part of the show.
The suits are amazing. We've never seen an armored suit engage with magic like you see in this show, but we have seen suits before. What I'm most excited for audience to see is those relationships, specifically with her relationship with Natalie.
Yeah, that relationship's amazing. It really, I mean, especially as people, you know, Ryan said it, the timing couldn't be more perfect. As people interact with AI on a more personal level and they tell AI their troubles and their problems, these artificial, you know, programs become real to them. And that's something that the show definitely addresses in a really fun, exciting, adventurous way.
Oh man, I would say it's an energy of community and excitement. You know, we're seeing some friends of ours who we worked very hard on the show with over a long period of time, and to have it come out today is a wonderful thing. Yes, I mean, look, one of the goals we had was to go back to the basics when it comes to the Iron Suit. We love the Tony Stark suits, and near Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, he started getting into more of the nanotech, which is really cool, but we wanted Riri to kind of go back to the clunk of the real iron armor suits, and you know, we actually had a couple made that were life-size and real. We had them on set. Oftentimes when Dom is in the suit, she's actually wearing a whole chunk of the iron suit on her, and that was a big goal of ours. So I'm excited to see how that's going to be received.
Well, we've seen her in this situation where she's at school. We've seen her in this kind of, you know, crazy situation where she's underwater and fighting in Wakanda. This is when we get to see her when she goes home. And so, like, you know, your mama doesn't care if you're a superhero. Your mama doesn't care if you're a genius. She wants you to pick up after yourself and stop slamming your doors, you know? So seeing that side of her life to me is really interesting and fascinating. And, you know, it's all set in Chicago, so we get to see a lot of Chicago, which is really cool, too. Well, I mean, it's the same as when we saw the original Iron Suit when Iron Man did his suit. Every suit got bigger and better. Every suit got a little tighter and sleeker. Every suit had a little bit of extra stuff. And, you know, we've seen in the previews, we got a little bit of magic come in with ours too. So aside from just the cool design, I think we're going to get a lot of other little surprises.
I mean, I think Riri herself inspires it a lot. You know, she is epic, but she's scrappy, and her brain never stops moving. So I think I really followed her lead.
There's a lot of, you know, very grounded costumes in this show for sure, but obviously the most important one is the iron suits. And we had a mixture of practical suits, not only that were standing on set with us, but also that Dominique could wear, almost like football suit style, which was very cool because whenever it's practical and in person, it just adds that much more to it. But then in addition to that, we have the hood. Parker Robbins, and this amazing, almost like couture style looking hood that has this very like dark legacy behind it. Like that was very fun to design and see come to life. Well, in Wakanda Forever, we really only got to see a tiny piece of who she is. She was a complete fish out of water, no pun intended, in that movie. And now we're getting to really go home with her, see her world, her supporting characters, you know, and explore Chicago for the first time in the MCU. So it's very cool to get to spend 6 hours in her world.